Hello everybody, it's Starrapter here. I'm so happy you could join me for another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Every week I break it all down for you guys, the comics, the novels, the video games, and the TV series. This week we had two new Marvel comics. The first one I want to talk about is Star Wars Rogue One, Cassian and K-2SO, a #1. This is the one shot. This is the last piece of Rogue One content that we're really going to get for a long time, other than issue number 6 of the Rogue One comic adaptation. So getting right into it, this is a story that we all were curious to know, at least I was, about how, Cassian ran into K2 and how he reprogrammed. So this is a great, story to really just dive into that. It's self-contained, only one issue, so it gets you right into that story. We didn't need a 5-part miniseries or anything like that. So just breaking down the story, we have Cassian along with 2 other rebel agents. They are going to this planet to get some security protocol from the Empire. And they run into some forces, too many that they didn't actually predict. Too many stormtroopers there. They have a large presence of Imperials. So what do? They actually hack into and reprogram K-2SO to give them a hand in getting intel and getting out there. And the whole crux of the story is that one of the agents actually puts the information into K-2SO, therefore making him an integral part in the mission to actually bring him home safely. And well, by the end of this issue, we do find out that, Cassian sort of does have feelings for K-2SO in kind of an ally sort of relationship. So getting into some things that I really enjoyed about this particular issue. So I did like the actual struggle where we see Cassian and K-2SO first come face to face. We have this acrobatic ability of Cassian as a soldier of the rebellion, and it takes a number of times for him to actually, struggle to reprogram him. And that's what I really liked about the story too, is about throughout this one shot, we have Cassian trying to calm down K-2SO. K-2SO keeps reverting back to his prior Imperial self. And then finally, by the end of this comic, Cassian realizes he has to bypass this certain defense protocol code, and he's eventually able to give K-2SO his complete and utter independence from his Imperial code. I thought that the banter between Cassian and K2 felt very real. It felt very similar to that in Rogue One, so that's really cool. And I also did like that little subtle eye color put into K-2SO. Whenever he reverted back to his Imperial self, he had the red eyes, and then when he was a good guy, he had the yellow eyes that we've seen him with in Rogue One. Something else I want to actually mention is that there are the 2 agents I was referring to are a new kind of alien, and it's very interesting. I don't know what their species was. It wasn't mentioned, and I don't think it's been in canon so far. But apparently they can communicate, because we did find that out. They can speak basic, but they can actually communicate with one another, because there's both of the same species there, by using odors. So a certain odor will emanate, and Cassian kind of picks up on it as like, okay, they're mad, or they're angry, or they're talking to one another. So all in all, I thought this was a great issue, and it definitely did tug at my heartstrings by the end of this, when they finally get together, Cassian and K2, and realize that, hey, they're going to be in the rebellion for quite a long time running these missions. So this was one of those stories that I've been looking forward to for a long time. It was good. It wasn't amazing or anything, but it's nice knowing that little tidbit. Now every time I watch Rogue One, I'll have little flashbacks of this comic in particular, especially with that death scene of K-2SO, which was so powerful in Rogue One. So that wasn't all we had in Star Wars canon this week. We also had Dr. Aphra number 11. So this has been a very entertaining run of the comics so far. So we pick up in this issue where apparently the Crystal of Roar has been attached to one of those droids that looks like HK-47, and now the droid is turned into a killer droid with dual-wielded lightsabers. And some of you out there are probably saying, like, where have these comics gone? This is during the original trilogy, and there's a droid wielding lightsabers. But, taking it out of context, out of the whole picture, it's a really fun comic, and that is what I kind of expect from Dr. Aphra. So we do have this droid, and the whole thing behind this was 000 and BT kind of, implanted this particular droid with the crystal because they're trying to get back at Dr. Aphra, because they think themselves that they're not going to be around much longer. So they're trying to find a way out, and they're trying to do whatever they can, I guess, to distract Aphra. And to do that, they end up putting the crystal in his mind, and then they actually turn on the auto sentry turret. So basically this issue is a very action-packed issue of all the aliens that were trying to bid for the crystal are still there, and now they're running around trying to survive because, well, there's a lot of gunfire. It's complete chaos over there. The thing that I took away from this comic is that we're going to have new kind of villains for Dr. Aphra, in that of a Rhodian and a Hutt coming together that are forming this alliance now. So that's kind of cool because I feel like they could be a nemesis to Aphra down the road as long as they survive this, for sure. I did like the dynamic with the droids. Again, going back to the droids, how they've been kind of wishy-washy this whole time through. And they've been like, yeah, I'm with Aphra, I'm not really with Aphra. And the same could be said for Black Kirstenton, who is still, I guess, Aphra's most loyal companion. But, you know, this issue was pretty good. And there's big things coming for this issue, namely in Dr. Aphra's original compatriot, Vader, is coming back into the story. They keep teasing Vader, and well, he's actually at this station now, and he's barged through the door, and whether or not we're actually going to get that confrontation between Dr. Aphra and Vader, if that does happen, how is she going to get out of that alive? I can't wait to see what happens next. So I recently got a video camera, so that has now taken the form of my primary way of taking video versus the webcam. So now you guys can see my beautiful array of figures behind me, and now that is where I'm going to talk about my next thing. I have an unboxing video coming out on Friday, so if you've been paying attention to my background for all the videos, there is a character that I already unboxed that's going to be unveiled on Friday. Let's see who can actually pick out which one is new. So whoever you think back there is new, leave a comment in the section below, and let's have some fun trying to guess who the heck I'm unboxing on Friday. So you can look forward to that video, as well as I started a new Let's Play for the Batman The Enemy Within Telltale Game Series Season 2. It's a long-ass title. So I've been doing basically a chapter-by-chapter basis of every episode. So the first episode is on the channel right now. If you're into Batman, if you're into the Telltale games, definitely want to check that out, as well as my Dark Tower movie review and all the other movie content and TV content. You're already in the right place, so make sure you're subscribed so you get notified. Every video I post will be up on there. So I'm Starrapter. I want to thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you always. So did you like the video? Then make sure you rate it a thumbs up, and if you did that, go over there, hit that Starrapter head so you subscribe to my channel. Doing so will keep you up to speed on all of my latest content. Speaking of which, you can see a couple of my recent uploads down below. I'm also on social media, so what are you waiting for? Let's start nerding out.